Greetings, everyone, and welcome once again to the Crimson Queen. I hope you're ready for the show to continue. The finale begins today. The Korvosan Palace, bastion of all the Queen herself stands for, the darkness that has plagued this city. The rebellion begins. The attack begins. Our heroes have a mission. It is time for them to bring justice, and perhaps safety to the land once. Alright, everybody, again, welcome to the Crimson Queen. We're all ready for today. We're going to be diving in to the adventure. If you missed our previous week, our heroes here battled with a deadly dragon. Thank you. They devastated the deadly dragon's draconic...
I think someone got a little devastated, actually. And
I got devastated by
wasn't the dragon for most of that fight.
It only critted a little bit. Tiny bit of a critical.
And this is why I should start in the front and not the back.
I was gonna... So it was a little weird, but I'm like, maybe you're planning something, I don't know.
To be fair, if I do go early enough, I can charge through everyone and get an AC boost, but, you know...
Yeah.
I don't really try that anymore ever since I realized I never go first, so...
So, you've now managed to organize all of your powers. The rebellion is about to begin. You've assigned 3 teams, other than your own.
Did you guys like my teams?
They looked fine.
Yeah.
Looked pretty well balanced.
So, currently, with the power of NPCs, the
and 40
teams...
minutes at work, not working and doing.
So rescue Ashani, Tavel, Zardris, Lucia, Dancing Serpent, and Ronnie are going to go after them. To go after our good, I wouldn't call him friend.
It's a guy.
Anyway, Serenignato, the very pleasant, horrible devil who looks just wonderful. So if you're not going to see him, I will reveal his operation. Move this over here.
Oh, lovely.
That looks fine. That's honestly wasn't what I was actually expecting that to look like.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be honest. I think another picture, when you said what kind of devil he was, I looked up a picture of that kind of devil, and I think that was worse than this guy. This guy actually looks like he cleaned himself up.
I don't remember what kind of devil he is.
He's a freak.
I forgot by now.
I would have to...
Average Warhammer character right there.
Did I write it down? He is... Devil's... Beliar Devil.
Beliar Devil, yeah.
I don't know, I was expecting like something worse.
I mean, that's pretty horrific.
So White Estrid, the Lenormand Queen, Melia Okona, the Sun Shaman, Ivona's father. Do we ever get a name?
He does have a name, I don't know if I ever wrote it down.
No, like literally on the NPC sheet, it was just listed as Ivona's father, and I'm like,
he gave me a name, and I think I just didn't write it down.
I wrote it down somewhere. I have to locate it because it's been a while. You know, it's sort of like in my own notes. Sometimes I lose things like that.
Yeah, I did not write it down.
It's Bob.
Anyway, then to go after Talia, which I will.
Yeah, and I can give my thoughts on the team. My thought is, like, I wanted the Lenormand Queen because she's honestly the most capable fighter.
She's the current head of the Red Mantis.
Yeah, and at that point, I kind of felt like Ivona, I wanted to send the slightly higher level people to the devil because I just figure a devil is more powerful than a person.
Traditionally.
But one is an assassin that, as long as you have like a little bit of a heads up on, you have an advantage over them. You've seen that definitely. And the other is a horrible monstrosity that is probably a lot more difficult.
Probably want to send the more powerful people against the monstrosity.
But the reason I didn't send Kapira de Bear with that team, even though she's a little bit stronger of a divine caster than the Sun Shaman, is because I felt like she wouldn't get along with Ivona's father, or and
He is a
potentially
vampire.
Yeah. And potentially Melia Arcona might also be a little bit off-putting
Mm-hmm.
to her.
Yeah. So, Thousand Bows, Jaren Gelento, Trinia, Van Carlo, and Kepler de Bear are going after her. Alright.
Yes.
So there is
And they
some...
And they seem like a good group together, because I know Trina and Garen trained under Van Carlo, Thousand Bones has also been very in the city, so they kind of would know each other to a degree, at least know of each other, and Kapira, same kind of thing. They might work together better for that reason.
Yeah.
So, there are some things that she can, your inside Sabina can give. This is the kind of final bit of information, just to provide you with a bit of idea of everything. So the thing is, she does have some good information about who and defenses and stuff like that, and combined with Neolandis, you have a pretty decent map for the two of them, through their information. The fact is, though, that there could have been some things that she's overlooked, because she's been, for the past several months, more and more of her time has been outside the castle. I guess it's kind of like feeling more and more an outsider and more not connected with the direction of things are going. You know, that kind of thing. Just franchised with the entire horribleness of, entire thing. Am I the bad guy? I might be the bad guy. Anyway, so beyond the head of the devils, which you've learned about, you do know there are a few others. She can inform you that if you attack the queen in her throne room, you will have to deal with the fact that she has a number of powerful hellhounds at her side, very large ones.
Okay.
So there's another thing that might be in that room to deal with. You do know that the towers, so coming in from above, is very dangerous, as there is a horned devil known as Marakervis. You also know you might have to deal with a number of barbed devils. Effectively the same floor that one of your targets is on, since you have the target of Togomor. There is a group of barbed devils that call themselves the Yallops, that are annoying, disruptive, and basically hang out on the same floor in I don't call it like cafeteria, but it's not really a cafeteria, but it's kind of like an
eating hall.
Like an eating hall.
A dining hall.
Like a dining hall that's on that floor and nearby to where the seneschal would be.
Cafeteria would be a little less fancy.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So it's probably a relatively fancy, because it's in a fancy section, so it's probably more of a fancy dining hall in this area for guests and stuff, especially if they're not meeting with the queen. These apparently barbed devils have taken it over, so it's a very good chance you will have to either fight them first or fight them while you're fighting Togomor. It's kind of like if you go after Togomor first, there's a good chance that they'll be able to tell what's going on here. They're going to be close by. But it's also like, do I go after them first, and they are very loud, and maybe Togomor knows something's going on? That's going to be up to you on that. Yeah. She knows the name of the Red Mantis leader, but she doesn't know a lot about him.
I have a question about the silence spell. If you cast silence on, like, a doorway, does it prevent sound from going through said doorway?
If we're talking about sound as it generally is, as vibrations and stuff, silence spell would basically break the line of that. So, if you had a silence spell in an area, I would say yes.
Okay.
So that's not necessarily a bad idea for using that. But it doesn't mean that the sound can't travel around it, but it would be a lot less direct.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, open doorways and even closed doorways are much bigger traveling conductors of sound than air is basically a much better conductor of sound than walls. And even like cracks in a doorway are better sound delivery systems than a wall is.
So, what is your plan? Do you want to sneak into the castle? You generally have a description. You could do something like teleportation, other types of way. What is your idea for getting into the castle? You know that your first target is going to be on the second floor. You would know that.
Is it a good idea to leave everyone? So my thought is we can, to draw, because we can actually have, the main group, so we do have a bunch of mercenaries, assault the castle. Should we do that after we go in, before we go in?
So I would assume the rebellion would begin to draw away a lot of troops.
Yeah, I know that's the idea.
I have a description, a reliable description of a room. I can get us there without issue because I have greater teleport.
Okay.
Do we have to worry about all the other teams? Are we going to bring everyone in?
They probably have their own reason. I'm going to say.
Okay.
You don't have to bring.
Okay. Got it.
Don't worry about it.
If need be, I also have invisibility 3 times a day.
I mean, I can just turn into a rabbit or a bee, or not a bee, like a mouse. That's the word I'm looking for.
So the Seneschal's apartment is probably the place you can get the best description for from Neolandis. But you would be correct. Well, it was his apartment before Togamar took it over.
We could just blast right in there.
That would be he probably can give you general descriptions for most of the other areas. It wouldn't be as good for a lot of the other areas. He spent probably most of his time working there or outside in other
I feel
provinces.
like it's a bad idea just to blast in there.
I will also tell you,
Could be fun, though.
most likely the queen will be on the 3rd floor, either in her throne room or maybe her chambers. And the spirit you talked about was rumored to be of the king. Was rumored to be up in the tower area, the attic, the lower top floors. That would be above where the assassins are on the 4th floor, but technically they should be distracted by their attacks, so it wouldn't be difficult to pass through there. So, what order do you want to go in for this, too?
Hey, I have an idea. Maybe we should ask Our Lady to give us a reading before we go in.
That's a good idea.
We could do that.
We haven't used her in quite
one
some
of you
time.
has her.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Zardris have her?
Yeah, but
Or
I
would have gotten
assume
that from
Zardris
her?
would have given that back
Yeah.
into the dungeon.
Okay. If you pick up the deck as if ready to bring a harrow, it will actually manifest, remember her name, I have marked down here.
Zarella?
Zarella. Zarella will manifest in front of you and be like, there's something blocking me right now. There's something blocking me right now. But it isn't, like, a distraction. I cannot read now. Or there's something that is maybe connecting me. Something that I'm sensing. Something strong. I believe it is in the palace. Maybe when you're there I could read it and let you know. Once you're inside, if you summon me, I believe I can help someone.
So there's some kind of blocking of being able to divine fate on the castle the castle itself?
As you know, my harrowing is not truly a fate. Fate has been dead for some time now. But it kind of reads the stars in possibilities of fate, and things that can influence what we have. It is still up to you, the prophecy being dead, to live on the actions I choose, and the directions you go. But something is interfering with my dex and my ability to do that. Something is strong, and maybe not interfering, connecting. I'm sensing it. I think I've been feeling it for some time now, but it's been growing stronger and stronger. As if it's reaching some kind of crescendo.
Interesting. Well, I guess once we're in, we will commune with you again.
I should be able to tell something.
Since we can all fly to some degree, I could also turn to something to carry people, because I realized Our Lady, what god did she end up worshipping?
One of them.
Lowers.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, because I don't think she can fly, but we can. Since we have to go to it, since the king is in a tower, we could fly to a tower.
You would have to probably deal with the devil that's protecting us. Just remember, it was mentioned.
Oh, the devil's in the tower. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
tower.
Well,
not.
There is a different devil that was mentioned just by when we started here by Sabina. She mentioned a horned devil that guards the towers.
Yeah.
From the outside.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Then we might as well just teleport to the Seneschal and then work our way. And then maybe
It's sort of like
tower, then fight the queen.
It probably wouldn't notice like people inside the towers necessarily, and it's really in the like upper 5th floors that you're kind of like looking for this ghost, not the towers necessarily. But if you do kind of fly in, you would have to possibly deal with it, and it might have abilities to alert people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And they would probably have see invisibility or some kind of thing, or true seeing, I'm guessing.
Maybe. I don't know if that kind of devil does, but there are devils that do have that.
I also fly very slow, because I'm only 20 feet.
I could honestly, if someone had a way to, like, invisible all of us, I could honestly just fly us all in as, like, a giant, thing.
I do not. I can only do it to myself.
Okay.
Isn't there an invisibility, a mass invisibility?
There is, but I don't have it.
There is. I don't get it.
Okay. Yeah, I would have thought...
I get it because of my spell-like stuff.
Yeah, I would have thought if anyone had it, would be Ivona, but okay.
I don't have a mass facility.
Does Lowry?
Well, I technically could cast it on 3 people, I guess.
Anyway, honestly, teleporting in is probably just the easiest.
Where do you want to teleport?
Probably near our first target would be a good idea. I don't know if there's a side room that he might be able to describe that might be a little bit better.
Probably not.
And I'm looking at my spell list, and I'm actually just kind of wondering, is there, like, any point to prepping any other spell for 7th level besides Limited Wish? Because it is just
Literally
any 7th level spell.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it does cost money, to be fair.
It does, but what are we going to use money on, right?
Which I do have a shitload of. I have 71,000 monies. I can afford to cast this thing crazy. Okay, I could blast this in the Senseless room. I'm gonna do a buff before we do this.
Yeah, some buffing before.
He might be able to describe right outside of it, but then you might have to deal with the Yallops in the mess hall seeing you, because it is a very open hall from there to the... There's basically like a parlor outside of his room that he would know about too.
My thought would be either teleport directly to the Seneschal, teleport directly to the dining hall with the Bone Devils. Like, we're gonna teleport into something, like...
Cast Grace on you,
Actually,
worm.
wait. Hold on. Where? Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
Where was Trina painting the guy?
Probably...
That's actually a good question.
Because we could potentially teleport to wherever that is, because she would have a clear idea of the room she went every day to paint him for like a week.
Okay. The art gallery. That is on the 3rd floor, though.
What room's the center? What's this Seneschal's room for?
2nd floor. The 3rd floor would be where the throne room and the royal bedrooms are.
So we could. So here's my thought, because I actually think going to the 5th floor to find the ghost would probably be the best first option. Just because we might be able to get information from it. Granted, I still think killing Togomor, like, we're gonna kill him anyway.
I think killing him before he has time to repair anything is good.
Yeah, honestly, I think teleporting to him first will still probably be the best idea. Then going to the ghost, and then going to the queen.
Agreed.
Sounds good to me.
So we might as well just teleport right into them and just plan to start punching.
Ada gets a cat's grace, everyone tasted. I bap us into his fucking room.
Give me a second, as I'm seeing what else I might want to put
on my case does.
Yeah, let him let Khandes prep if he wants.
But I'm gonna mark off the spells I'm casting. There we go.
Okay, hasted.
Also going to prepare with.
Haste gives him
offense
how much
for-
AC bonus? 1 dodge bonus.
Haste.
If you want to, you could try and
I
cast
got a blade of
Rage on me.
barrier.
Try casting Rage on me.
I could cast rage on you if you want me.
Oh, whoever has the ring, remember it's in conflict with displacements.
I have it. Yeah.
Or you have a couple displacements you can cast.
I had that
Uh-huh.
marked at
Yeah,
the.
what's is duration rounds per
Rounds per
I'm guessing?
level.
Oh yeah, I could. How long does displacement last?
Rounds per level.
Rounds per level. Okay.
Yeah,
So you
basically,
I
have
don't
it for
know,
this fight.
Yeah, basically, the thing is, if you cast too many rounds per level things, it will basically be like, that many
Yeah.
fewer rounds of all of the abilities, which isn't actually that big of a problem at your current at our current levels. No,
Yeah, I'm debating if I want to do that or not.
Look up a spell. I have to look up a spell really fast.
Double checking a
It's
couple
an
of things.
illusion buff.
I mean, I'm just gonna activate my thing that's minutes per level and not worry about it.
I should have looked these up earlier, but I was doing other stuff. Illusion.
That's minutes per level.
I have 21 minutes. Oh, I never did go through and I never went through and added into my macros my new natural attacks, but it's whatever.
I really do like that for his information. It does provide. It's unlikely PCs encounter this guy here unless his room happens to be the first target on visiting the castle.
Oh, I guess I'll do a stone skin
Excuse
as
me.
well.
Well, it's because, like, if there's alarm raised somewhere else, he moves.
'Cause I get that twice a
okay.
day.
So it was a really good call to teleport into the room with him. Because he has some ways of figuring out information.
I think I'm stupid
Magic.
in not remembering
So-
what school this buff I'm looking for is.
So are you or are you not going to rage me? Let me know.
Give me a second. I'm just trying to figure out my stuff first.
Yep. You're good. Okay, I'll save you.
And
I'll
that
save it.
is- No, I might do it. I just.
Oh no, I know. I'm just saying like I'll wait is more what I meant. Should
Okay.
say.
Yeah,
I
I
know I
only
said
get
save it.
I only get rage once a day, so this would be the one time I could rage you.
Honestly though, I feel like it'd be better to have my full AC against them, to be honest.
I could save the rage for the queen.
But I'm saying like I'll get a -2 AC when I'm raging. I think this
Yeah.
guy will be better to blitz down.
Okay, do you want it then? I don't mind. It's one of my once per day, so it's.
Yeah, I mean I'd rather have it now than
Okay,
against this
there.
guy than the queen.
You got it.
Cool. Cool.
I'm doing one of my stone skins. God, I got
Oh,
stone
wait.
skin
You know
up.
what? Never mind. It's wait. Oh no, it's a moral box. Yeah, okay, never mind, it works.
And my ablative barrier.
I'm not gonna bother increasing my HP. I'll figure it out if
I think
I
I'm
get down
good.
that well.
I gotta just double check through my once per day stuff because it's just like, or my spell like abilities to see if it's worth doing any others.
Just seeing if there's anything I need to know about.
I mean, the only other thing I could do is invisibility, so.
You know
All
what? Actually, before we do this, I still have 4 stone skin charges, so we can all have stone skin for this fight.
Oh.
And the wand explodes. Because
I also have it twice per
there
day.
you go.
But sure, I'll save it.
We're all
I'll save it if I
stone
need it for
skins
another
now.
time. Sweet.
Alright, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I think that gets me.
I have to look at what stone skin does. It's DR, I think. Yeah, it's okay. It's DR at the meantime. 10? Oh, Jesus. We have this for a very long time.
Alright, so I'm going to reveal what this guy looks like, and then we'll describe things. Here's what this man looks like.
Jesus, he's so
Oh my
fat.
gosh.
Mm-hmm. So, you teleport into the room. This room contains a canopied bed, a desk, a trunk, a large comfort. A colorful wooden tapestry hangs from the walls. There are exotic carpets decorate the floor. To the northeast, 3 narrow, barred windows have been covered with additional tapestries. A standing lamp in the corner looks like a strange swamp plant, and with wrought iron leaves and a single oversized fruit of amber-colored glass.
He's got a little man.
The stink of discarded food, bread crusts, chunks of moldy cheese, and bones with tattered remains of meat completes the stale smell of body odor and sweat that
Bro, I'm
fills this
gonna
room.
fucking rip this guy's heart out and it's just gonna be cholesterol.
He is a bald, middle-aged, obese Magnamaran man.
How do you
who
get
is-
this big in this universe?
has an
That's
itch?
like
He's
insane.
sitting there, bloated on a sagging bed. There's a collection of chicken
Bruh.
carcasses, loaves of bread, wheels of cheese, and a few large bottles of wine that he's just like, he's probably got like one of the bottles of wine, he's just like chugging it down as you show up with this like surprised look on his face.
I have 2 things to say about
Dude
this.
shits his
One,
pants.
his imp is as fat as he is.
Yes, he
And 2,
is.
God,
I want to
little
offer him a
dude.
wafer thin mint.
Bro, I'm gonna kill this
If
guy.
anyone gets
I
the Body
feel-
I
Python
give that
reference.
yes.
I hate this guy.
I feel bad
I
for
don't.
whoever has to clean this room after we're done here.
I'm just gonna disintegrate him, I think.
I'm gonna click this button for initiative for him.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You know what? That fits.
You know what?
This
That
guy
does
better
fit.
have like really bad. Okay, he does.
Mhm.
I swear to God, if this guy has good touch AC, I'm gonna be upset.
No.
Oh,
Where's my token? at?
are we actually having a room?
I'm not
or-
setting up a map for this.
Oh, okay.
I don't
there's
think
no
he's
map?
gonna move.
He has a speed.
Does
Is it
he
5
now?
feet?
Oh my God, he might just be dead.
Okay. Well, let's see.
I mean, how close are we to him?
Here she.
Where are? Can you draw like a little square room?
Sure. I will draw a quickly square room just to get you the size here.
Yeah, because I also need to know, like, can I enlarge? Can I not enlarge?
Yes. You can enlarge in here. I will let you know.
You know what? I would probably not have prepared Cat's Grace because it can't affect me. I just remembered because I have a belt that gives me.
Oh,
This
no,
blue
that's
square
fine.
is as big as the room is.
He's like the size.
And you're
of...
like down here, and I'm gonna put his square probably where he is on this bed. He's like over here on a bed. you
God,
know,
I
just
hate it.
loafing.
He's so nasty.
And you're all,
Don't
like, down
describe
here.
him as loafing.
This-
Okay.
I wasn't gonna
I-
upload the entire maps because they're massive maps I don't need, and I need like a couple of rooms. That's all I need in this place.
You could have just clipped, like, done a screen
Bro,
clip.
this
and...
guy.
Clip the little rooms that are in
Yeah.
tiny maps.
Mm.
There really wasn't much of this. I was keeping this simple. I didn't really. You didn't really need a room for this one, honestly. But if you want one,
Yeah, I mean, we're basically just gonna bull rush him.
Self over here real fast.
So, yeah. Let me just check if he's... No? Okay. Alright, what's your plan?
So there's not
I'm rolling for Lowry, right? Right on the map.
No.
She's definitely not on this map.
Let me... She... Right...
So does he have an imp familiar with him?
I would say the imp isn't here right
I
now.
really like the fat imp.
I do too.
Oh my god.
Alright, let me put descending.
He gets any of the discards.
Alright, Ivona.
Man. Do we think this guy has good fortitude saves?
That's a
I
question.
feel like he's making a fortitude save every time he lives to resist a heart attack. And this man makes a fortitude save like every hour.
He is morbidly obese.
You know what? I'm gonna
It's the fat vampire.
give
from
me a
Blade.
fortitude save.
Okay. Is it just a straight fortitude save or
Just a straight fort save.
Okay, I'm gonna click this button.
Alright,
Seven.
he's suffocating.
Alright.
He gets multiple saves on this, to be fair.
He might be
Yeah.
used to that.
Okay.
It's mostly so he can't scream for help.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Okay. Let's see here.
He has
What is
powers.
she going to do? She does, and I gotta figure out what she's going to do.
This is just like a guy. I feel kind of bad.
To be fair, he summoned a horrible devil.
Who hasn't? Well, he did also mistreat that devil by overfeeding it. That's like
not a
devil
guy.
abuse.
He is not a
Animal
guy,
abuse.
he is a meat popsicle.
He is a man.
This man is actually just a 5x5 cube of meat.
I guess what she is going to do
I think
is
he's a
just
5-foot
keeping
sphere.
simple right now. Is just because it might last, depending on how things go, and it might last. She's just going to cast Bless.
God, that's a good shot. What does plus do? I don't have that.
+1 to like attacks.
Okay, that's like maybe helpful for me.
Yeah. All right, Khandes.
I don't even think I need
Plus
to
is
enlarge.
+1.
Yeah,
Plus
you
1
might
to
just-
melee and range.
Just go like smack him.
I mean, should I enlarge?
Up to you.
I feel like it's a waste.
Yeah.
Unless this
I
guy's like
will-
a super wizard.
I will rage,
Mm-hmm.
just because raging I think is worth it.
Uh-huh. Take a step up. Mm-hmm.
Rage.
I think technically Lowry would be able to do it in
Yeah, you have to be
Okay.
touching.
And I will Earthbreaker him. Oh god,
Dude,
it's
this
gonna be
guy's
5
having
times.
a bad time.
It's
oh
gonna be
no.
5 times.
Oh no, this poor dude.
Because we're hasted, so I get one more attack
Uh-huh.
on
This
top
one,
of that.
this one feels bad.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh.
Oh,
He's
God.
dead.
Uh-huh. So
Because
click that
crit
button.
confirms. Oh well, you rolled
So-
higher crits.
He probably would have
Yeah.
lived through the 5 hits, but 89 damage added on there. Let me just look at some general math here.
Jesus, dude.
You did
Oh
about
my
about
lord.
average of like 30 damage, so you would have done about 150 damage. He would have lived through that, okay? But the crit, he is dead. He is quite dead. His AC of 19 didn't save him.
I was expecting this to be like an actual fight. This was just a guy.
Yeah.
He is a lot more difficult because, again, his imp patrols the area, and so as soon as there's any kind of commotion, he
Just
teleports
books
somewhere
it.
else, and then joins with another fight to make it more difficult. So
Yeah, so he's definitely the buff caster. Or
I don't know why. I assumed
he's a bloat mage. He explodes in blood and
forgot
gore.
he was a bloat mage.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we did learn about that. Right.
I will stop raging then.
Yeah.
Do you cancel the rage on me? Can you?
You should be able to add rage. That's the thing you can do, I think, right?
Well, I used a spell for...
He didn't get to use any of his abilities. Like, he had a stone skin he could activate with a snap of his fingers as a swift action. Couldn't activate that. You got the drop on him. He had
it's
blood pool.
concentration, 1 round per level, and it's concentration. So I could just in concentration, or I could keep it up on you, because we're probably going to have to deal with the devils.
I mean, if we want to deal with
well,
the
I
devils...
can just... I can use this greater wish to teleport us to that art gallery.
So, like...
Or we can go fight the devils. I don't really care either.
That's actually going
I'm not
down
gonna
a
lie.
floor, and we're still going to have to go back up to get to floor 5.
Well, no. We're on floor 2. The gallery's on floor 3, and we need to go to floor 5.
I mean, we can just go fight those devils. They're not that hard, I assume.
Why waste the resources, I guess?
Fair.
I don't know.
I'm gonna roll some things.
These
are big numbers, but they are with a penalty and also like.
Man died in 1 round. That feels bad.
He did die in 1 round, so I don't know unless I roll really crazy.
Getting dunked on that hard in this game just is
And
rough.
he was suffocating, so he couldn't even scream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably heard the body hit the floor, you know.
I mean, the bed
There's a
that
lot,
he was
lot of
sitting
mass.
on? You mean the bed he was sitting on?
Well,
The bed he was like bloated on and just
the bed he's probably has
his
broken
gore and viscera is now
mass.
covered over all. There was some perfectly fine half-eaten chickens and cheese and wine that's now covered in bloody viscera.
There was not perfectly fine. He had touched it.
Nothing in
therefore it's
this
not perfectly
room
fine.
will ever be okay again, even if we didn't kill this guy.
Just prestidigitation to chickens.
It was perfectly fine, delicious half-eaten chickens.
I will also take a note. I am just gonna be full celestial form out for this, because why not?
Just prestidigitation to chickens.
Means
You
I
can
have
clean
wings.
them.
Why
Clean the
does everybody
chickens.
give me perception?
You think I have perception?
You think I have?
Hold on.
Wait, hold on. Let me roll my 3. Oh my god, that's the best perception I've ever rolled in this game.
I rolled a 1.
I only rolled a 5.
That's still not a bad one, 29, Khandes. As you're kind of like taking stock of the mess you've made in this room, Khandes, you'll hear some noise coming from out in the hall. And you'll hear something say, what languages do you speak?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Something is saying something in a language you... Phone, you're pretty close to the door. You might not hear this too, actually. Because you are right next to the door still. And the door is like... Yeah, 20's not bad. I think they can probably still hear it from you. Something in Infernal will be saying, like, which you don't understand at Khandes, but you can hear that. It's like, hey! Make sure your master didn't kill over dead. Boss wouldn't like his favorite toy falling over. Maybe his heart finally gave out. Give me if you need me to still kill something, little one.
This is imp.
What do you want to do? The door handle is jostling right now.
I guess I can, like...
To teleport us, or... Do we want to try to kill an imp very quickly, then hopefully not alert the...
You know, I've got okay bluff. And by okay, I mean I have 24 bluff. I could probably lie my way through this and do an imp voice. If people are cool with that.
Well, the imp is trying to get in the room.
No, I think it's not the imp. It's one of the,
No, he said make sure your boss hasn't keeled over.
Yeah, that would imply that he's talking to us, the imp, right? He was trying to get in. I may
He's
have
telling
misunderstood.
the imp to come to
The
check.
imp is in the hallway already. and he's telling the imp to come and check on his boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the imp isn't in here. It sounded like it wasn't next to the door, but like right outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just teleport us out of here. We can just bap out. I'll spend the limited wish to greater teleport us to the art gallery.
Okay.
Very efficient assassins. We have a new line of work after this.
You might.
I mean, that was the easiest fight we've ever had. I think.
That wasn't even a fight.
Yeah.
So you do know the art gallery
massacre.
is relatively close by to where the palace is, but you might have to deal with some guards going from it, possibly. You might have to either make some checks or make some plans in order to make your way into the throne room.
Well,
or even into where the queen's chambers are. But if you're going upstairs, you could here actually get sneaker. Yes.
well, we're gonna go up. I think the plan was to go upstairs.
Yes.
There's no follow the lead option in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what I could offer, I could make 3 of us invisible, and you go to tiny rat form.
That works.
Okay. You get some
I'll
kind
hand
of
off. I'll
ping
hand off one half
from-
of the gobble of kinsight.
Oh wait, before we do that, maybe
Yeah,
we
you get a
should
kind of
actually-
ping from it. I will also describe that this room is filled with frescoes and portraits and all kinds of things. But also you can notice that all the works of art have been defaced with magic to be rendered hideous in some way or another.
That's just petty.
Why?
Particularly a really nice portrait that seems to have been in King Eodred II that's been shredded to ribbons.
Oh, it's the one Trina was probably making.
Maybe before
I'm
we
gonna
should
use
leave,
it.
since
You
it's
can
a
see that,
secure
like, the
room.
signature on it is, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, it's her.
we should talk to her. Our lady.
I'm gonna use a
Yes.
Pearl of Power real fast and get a spell slot back.
Okay.
Alright. You will pull out the deck, and once again, your lady friend, who I can never goddamn remember the name of,
Zalera.
Zalera.
I looked up her name. I got it backwards. I said Zarella, but it's Zarilla. Or
Oh, I see.
it's Zalera.
Zalara.
Zalera. Yeah.
Zalara will kind of manifest and be like, yes, I can sense it. Something is here. Something's connected to me. Fate is doing something. I sense something. Wait. As you're saying this, a strange creature will begin to kind of manifest in front of you, in this room. Almost as if being drawn here. And a ghostly figure will kind of appear and kind of like almost reach out towards you, but it's very hard to see what it looks like. It's very unusual. It looks maybe familiar, like it would probably not really look familiar to anyone, actually. Honestly, actually no. It looks maybe a little bit like one of the paintings in here, except there's something off about it, and it's just kind of, it just kind of appears and almost kind of like reaching out to you and like almost saying something in a whisper. This like spiritual form, as Zalera kind of had manifested in front of you. It seems to also appear and kind of be like almost reaching out at you before it kind of then fades away.
Do my magic eyes
Are
see
ghosts
anything
able
weird
to-
with that painting?
Are ghosts able
no,
to talk
Pete.
to each other in some special way?
I'll make a
Oh, wait, you're not a
perception
ghost.
check to see if I can recognize off one of the paintings who it might be.
It looks very much... well, the paintings are very destroyed and stuff, or defaced, so it's really hard to tell. But even on, like, if you kind of, like, look at the shredded painting a little bit, maybe it's the former king. It
That's
looks
what
a
I was
lot like
thinking.
him, but it's hard to tell. It's something, like, weird, spiritual, something about it. But it felt as though, like, it was being drawn to you for a second, from wherever it's at, maybe? This is unusual. I I feel whatever that was is connected to the fates, the harem, similar to myself. But there's something odd, different about it. I'm sorry. I would...
It looked like it might have been the king. We're about to go find his ghost anyway.
I do not know if it's the king. But there's something unusual here. I do not sense anger, hatred. Not towards us. But there is something. Be careful. I will try to advise you best I can. But you must find this thing.
I'm gonna use one of my channels to cast Detect Undead. Just in general to have that up, because there might be a ghost.
You can probably get to the main tower, which has the main staircase that goes between floors, to get up to the area that's said to be haunted pretty easily without being noticed from where you're at.
Yeah, I mean, we have 3 invisible people and a mouse, so...
Okay, that does help a lot.
Yeah.
To get up there. Alright.
I'll mark my invisibility used for the day.
Okay. The main attic floor is an open roofed area. There are some rooms off this area in various places. But nonetheless, you can begin to search the area. Why don't you... There really isn't encounters on this floor, so I'm not really going to have you do that. Why don't you all give me, like, a perception to search around? Maybe. Or, if there's another
That's
check,
more like it.
if there's another check you can think of, maybe?
Back where I belong.
I can't think of a good check off the top of my head to look for
It
sign of ghost.
really would just be perception.
I see invisibility too. So
I'll also burn some rounds of life sight.
Okay. Fortunately, you will be able to avoid. There isn't any creatures apparently in here. But searching, you will find that there is a kind of little bit of a junk storage that you will kind of will move into a side chamber of. And Khandes, you'll notice there is something here, a door hidden away. It's going to take quite. You can probably maneuver yourself through the junk to get to the door, or clear it out of the way. Up to you. It'd be a little difficult. I'd probably need maybe a climb check to climb over this crap that's in here, without making a lot of noise or hurting yourself or something, because it's junk storage and you basically see it at the back of this room.
What about acrobaticsing through it?
I'd allow acrobatics too, sure.
Is there space in front of the door?
That should technically be
there is a little bit of space in front of the door.
I think I'm the only one who sees the door,
do
though.
that.
Mm-hmm.
I point out where the door is, but I think I'm the only one who sees it because I see invisibility.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. My acrobatics.
Well, yeah, but I assume we're all trying to go into where it is. That's why.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm pointing it out.
So I'll just do a little teleport over.
Wait.
To maybe a
Does
little
a mouse
space
have
I
a
can
climb
exist
speed?
in.
I should look that up.
I would assume they do, but this is a
Or
tabletop game.
I could just flown over too.
True, I also can levitate, but
It does not have a climb. Mouse does not have a climb speed.
Alright. You'll be able to make your way over to the back of this area.
For being a
But you could probably
celestial.
squeeze through the area.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still climbing. You still have to climb around.
The
That's why
dust, the dirt, all this
I got
junk
27
here, which
climb.
is maybe been here for centuries. This is like stuff that's been stored up in this like attic area. It's maybe got like you're climbing like over some kind of old throne that was maybe from like the first kings and queens of Korvosa. There's like some chairs, tables, barrels, all kinds of stuff that's just been used. All kinds of things stored up in here, and it's just this kind of mess of crawling over stuff.
You hear a cute mouse sneeze.
Eventually, though, you will get to the back room where you will be able to crack open the door. It's going to be a little bit of a squeeze, especially for your two larger people, Khandes and Ada.
I'm a mouse.
It is a mouse, so
Yeah. I'm normal form at least, but I know I'm tall.
Yeah.
Larry's having some trouble. She'll eventually be able to join with you, but she might be a little delayed.
I mean, I could fly back and just fly her over.
I don't know how big the room is, you know.
I mean, it's filled with a lot of stuff, so even flying is a little difficult.
Yeah, I assume it's like climbing over and through stuff. It's not just...
It's a lot of junk in here.
Gotcha.
The room that's beyond here is just 5 foot tall. It's cobwebs, dusty, blackened beams just here and there from the walls. And it's a small room leading from this, like, junk-filled room to another door on the other side.
No, I'm walking on my knees, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just do a reduced person on myself. I have that 3 times a day.
I mean, like, you know, it's just... I don't think it's like... I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Well, I'm 6'8" and it's only 5 feet tall.
Cracking open the door to the next room reveals a dusty chamber that seems to have been someone's bedchambers, perhaps. Deep in here. It does seem to have a little bit of comfort here. A little bit more than just a small hidden away chases. A large bed in a corner, a nice table with 2 chairs, a desk with a stuffed armchair, a lamp, a stove. To the northwest, a glass showcase full of rare decks of cards. And within the showcase, at least 50 different decks, all displayed with care and confidence. Usually with several pieces laid face up, with matching leather, ivory, or wooden cases, so they're all kind of on display. There's also some partially melted stone trap that sits on the floor in the northeast corner, and a chamber pot that sits behind a partially folded screen to the south. Everything is quiet. What do you want to do?
Do I see anything?
I will also tell Ivona, since you are of Varisian descent, you know that this is a collection of heretics.
Oh. I will ask you to pull the deck out.
Yeah. I'll pull her back out.
These are very fine hero decks. There are, as I said, many of them.
Well, I'm pulling our deck out.
Our Pokemon.
Yeah. You're not getting an exact feeling. It seems there's a lot of mixed feelings from her, so she's not really like directing you at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna look at some of the hero decks.
Okay.
With mine eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
Anything weird about them? With my magical eyes?
None of these are magical.
Okay.
Definitely you can see that there is a impressive collection. Many of them are probably quite valuable. And it is a very impressive of all different types of heretics and designs and such like that. This would be the kind of thing that a good Varisian fortune teller would trade an arm and a leg for a collection like this, you know. Maybe one of these decks would be in the ownership of a like the deck you have would probably be comparable to one of these if it wasn't kind of magical and, you know, merged with the spirit of a person. But yeah.
Okay.
You'll hear a creaking noise. All of you.
I'll
As
look around.
the one wall cracks open just a little bit. There's a secret door there that none of you saw.
After you.
I'll push it open.
Beyond is a dusty room containing another bed, an armchair, a one-legged table, a silver lantern. On the table near the lantern sits a dusty harrow deck in an elegant redwood case, and on the floor of this room are skeletal remains.
I'm going to pull our harrow deck out again.
Can I inspect the skeletons?
Just one skeleton. It's just a remains of someone.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're bones.
No.
I thought it was like a bunch of skeletons. I'm like, that's ominous.
As you kind of like, the harrow deck will kind of, you'll feel something as if it's drawing you into the room. And swirling mist seems to emanate from, like, a little bit from the cards themselves that are on the table, and from the bones, and they will take a vaguely humanoid form. It's a form that is not something you've seen before, and seems quite different than what you expect. It isn't... It looks like the king, but also doesn't. He has a pair of horns on his head.
That's not good.
Please, can you bring my bones to rest?
Okay, I'll shift back human just for talking sake. Who are you?
My bones. Please.
Where do you
Would
want
you like
them?
us to lay them?
Larry will kind of speak up. I'm not as good as it was, but I can perhaps give some form of right to them.
What would be required? I will step forward as a emissary of Pharasma. Because
My
I'm
final
very
rites.
clearly a psychopomp.
And perhaps a barrier. It will allow me to end this final time. Until my bones are laid to rest. Even if my mission is complete, I will not rest.
I will ensure your bones are laid to rest properly.
You have room in the bag of holding for some bones?
Yes, I have plenty of room. Ever since we got rid of all that gold, that giant gold pile, I have room.
Okay, I guess we could store the bones in there, so they're safe until we can go outside to bury them.
Larry will give some like religious.
I'll help her out
between
a
you and
little
Larry, you
bit.
can give some like religious rites to the bones. The man will then speak up. I am Eodred Arabasti.
Can I do a history on that?
Sure.
Or a local?
You could probably try either of them would work.
I'll do local because I get a lot better.
I'll
bonus.
also do a local.
I'll do history because I'm better at that. Ooh,
Well,
that's
I
a
mean,
pretty roll.
it's even for me, even Steven. So
Yeah, like you rolled the lowest, but you just got the best.
I
Okay.
know that's what a wizard does.
So.
Pretty sure there's no point in me ever rolling Arcana again because I'm at a plus 34.
I'm trying to figure out how much of this you know.
Now I know who
Okay.
this guy is.
I have plus 21 to dungeoneering.
So,
Play out again. I know who this guy is.
yeah.
My best, I think, diplomacy and perception are my two best 24s.
So the
Okay.
my headband that gives bonus to intelligence, dungeoneering is my skill because I felt like we ran into it a few times and really needed it.
All right.
But then literally after I picked it, it came up never again.
I want you to also roll Ivona. Because of your roll, I also want you to roll me a knowledge nobility.
All right, I can't roll lower than a 28 on that. Holy shit!
Okay. With your knowledge of local combined with your knowledge of nobility, this is the kind of thing you kind of recall. you remember stories from many years ago. Many years ago. And it was kind of one of those things is while you were studying your initial, talks, there were certain rumors. And you're kind of combining this information from some various rumors in, together to come up with a story, of some things that you learned about. You believe that there had been a rumor of Queen Domini of Korvosa, who would be described as King. God, I'm trying to remember his name. King Eodred's mother having an affair with someone of basically with a candle, with a tiefling.
Okay.
Supposedly, you're putting two and two together that perhaps this is the bastard child of that thing, because there were rumors that there had been some kind of bastard child hidden away in the castle.
Okay, I'm not sure what to do with this information. It feels rude to bring it up to the dead guy. But yeah, there's definitely a look of recognition.
What is your...
my face?
You said
he appears as a translucent elderly tiefling.
Right. You said you could go once your business was done. What is the business?
There seems to be ghostly harrow cards flying between his hands that he seems to be kind of messing with now. That you can see him. He's before when you kind of saw him, he wasn't fully manifested. Now he seems almost more solid a little bit. Thank you. I must confess my shame, since you seem to be here to be in hell. You seem different than many of the others here. They see my spirit and fear, not understanding. It is my fault. My brother is dead.
How is it your fault? You're not the one who poisoned him.
No. But I had a role in Belos's murder of my half-brother.
Well?
It was through my actions that she had the opportunity to do so. More than just as it was. Slipping poison to a king is difficult in any circumstance. Even if you are a queen. The circumstance must be made.
Did you help her?
Yes. I did. I had been jealous of my younger brother. So for many years. Though the two of us still had connection. He did come and visit. Still, nonetheless, I was jealous and filled with envy. She saw me. She gave me a vial. Mimics. It was fool's leprosy. It mimics the effect of the rapid form of leprosy. It's not a disease, so we trick those that try to end it. I coat my cards with leprosy. My brother was... He would bite his nails. A lot of poison in the system.
Why did he handle your cards so much?
He would play games with me. Then we'd meet up.
Have you been hidden here all this time?
When I knew what had truly happened and what I had done, I confronted her. And I was murdered. You go forward.
Did you learn what she was? What she's become?
Maybe. I do not know what truly you speak of, but I understand what she is becoming.
Do you have anything that could help us defeat her?
Well, I've been sensing her thoughts and desires for some time. Connected with the castle here. The more she kills, the more I'm empowered. I must at least undo some of what damage I have done before I can face Varisian and the crows. I know that Korvosa has made plans more than I'm sure you're aware of, or anybody else. She has found an ancient place, some area called the Sunken Queen, and within it a powerful artifact with the ability to achieve eternal youth. I know this ritual is an ancient magic and requires the lifeblood of an army of unknowing sacrifices. I fear she is planning to use the citizens of Korvosa for this. I also fear the ritual has already begun.
Some Full Metal Alchemist bullshit right here.
I will ensure she is stopped.
There's a tower. Mother's Tower. A place where monarchs of the line will go for peace and solitude. Perhaps she has something hidden there.
Well, it may not absolve your sins. You may wish to know that she is not herself. Her body has been taken over by the spirit of an ancient evil.
I don't know if we can wholly blame it on that.
She was vain and before. She probably
Cannot
still
say
not.
that she did not plan to murder her husband before then. If there's a spirit in her now.
Huh. I know it's taken more and more control. So yes, perhaps some of her initial plan was her own.
Spirit of the cards, please, come forward. I can grant you one more powerful gift. A dangerous one, but a powerful one. A Zalara will manifest. What do you mean? As I said, I am connected with the many spirits that have died under Ilosa's whims and cruelties. And each has grief and desire to act. I can see that you have torment too, and strength. We may call upon the spirits and focus, create something greater than it ever has. But we may not be what we are now, at least until the threat is gone. It will be up to you. You who would wield this. You who would join me in perhaps a sacrifice. To create something greater. To create something out of the pain and suffering Ilosa has dealt upon the people of Korvosa. But it is dangerous. The power of spirit could be your end. It could give you the strength to overcome anything that she may be. So Laura will kind of look down for a second and be like, Perhaps this is my destiny, to assist in this. But it is up to you, turning to the rest of you, whether or not you would take this.
I'm as close to a realm of spirits as I'm willing to get.
Sorry, so wait, what's the offer then?
They can basically empower your Harrow deck to something very strong and powerful that might be able to call upon all the spirits that have been murdered by Ilosa, basically to empower you for the fight. It would,
yeah,
the vengeance of the dead kind of thing.
Yeah. So I just was kind of confused when he said I'm already at the will it empower us? How? Like, will it only empower one of us or all of us?
It empowers the deck. It would have to use the deck.
In front of the queen?
No. You just have to use the deck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, I
if you
guess.
wanted to transform. Alright. The spirits will join forth and merge with the deck, and there will be this bright light, and then the two of them will be gone, and things will be quiet as the deck will kind of float to the floor in front of you. So you have something now, and your fates are a little bit more open than you would think. AKA, there is danger to this, but you can ignore some danger to it. For you have now claimed the Harrow deck of many things.
Nope.
Oh,
I'm
God.
good. I'm good.
I will pick
If
it up.
you two want to have fun with that, that's you. I don't want anything to do with that.
There
I think
are
Ivona
rules
looks
for
at that
this.
thing, sees the aura, and is like, I'm not touching that.
It is an artifact, and it is a thing that basically, it's very difficult to not get a positive result, but you just don't know what the result will be because it is a Harrow deck. Effectively, it's, honestly speaking, because they give you like a bunch of like rolls normally, I might just be like, if you want to draw like a one card or a couple of cards, you probably can just get some positive ones from the list, but they will be random.
I know my
If
luck.
you want to push it farther than a couple, you might have to worry about bad things happening too, basically.
I know my luck. I will draw the card, and the first card I get will be like, you die.
But yes, you effectively could get a couple of quotation free rolls.
Hey, I'm
Hey,
gonna
you
Zalera,
two,
are you
knock
still in there?
yourselves out, guys.
I'll be like, Zalara, are you still in there?
You are not getting a response right now.
I'm gonna go May the Fates be with us and draw one.
You can declare up to 4, but you can only draw once. I will say you can get 2, that would be positive, and I have to figure out the rules for rolling.
Okay, so you have to declare how many you're drawing
Yes.
right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do 2.
Okay.
Gambling,
Gambling, I'm in.
I have to figure out how many.
I'm gonna do some as well, but
huh? I'm
It's how many cards are in a Harrow? Is that
it's the same as a normal deck of cards, I think.
yeah, so probably 52. Does it include jokers? Because if
There are
54
54 in a Harrow deck, apparently.
Yeah.
roll
yeah, okay, so it includes
2d.
jokers.
Please roll me 2d54, and I'll let you know if you have to re-roll.
Oh god. So you have to actually do it.
So are you like guaranteed good things, or
You're guaranteed
Yeah.
for 2 rolls to be good, so I'll tell you if you have to re-roll them, or I'll make just
Okay.
add 1 or 2. Basically, that's what she can influence Harrow by so much. Basically, that's the
I
Zalara
might
part of
draw
it.
2.
But
What's-
anything of 3
What's
or 4,
the
you
command? It's what
slash roll 1d54 or 2d54 in this case.
Okay, I do want to ask more for a role play, just from the like role play perspective. Is there going to be like a "you are dead"? Your character is gone.
I don't actually believe
you
there
don't
are.
get to
None of them are
participate in
that
the end of the game.
bad.
No, it's not like the Harrow deck of many things is a little nicer than a deck of many things.
and he's saying
Okay.
we basically get some re-rolls.
Like, I'm gonna
as
tell
long
you,
as we're not
certain
pushing
things
our
are
luck too
like,
much.
one of them makes you a lycanthrope. one of them made like one of the bad things.
There's a really fun one that does it changes your gender.
Wow, I think I need a re-roll on one of those because it is the same number.
50-50.
Damn, that's impressive.
That is. I'm gonna draw 4.
You're gonna draw the 4? Okay.
I just want to make
I
sure.
was
Like,
debating about doing that, but I'm like, I'm going to err on the side of caution.
I just don't. Honestly, I just don't want to. I just didn't want my character to be removed right before the end of
Wow. So.
Oh, I would have done 4 too, but I'm like, I'm
a coward.
Cautious.
Okay. I will tell you what you got for a second here, Joe, but I will tell you one you got is the unicorn. So.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, I'll figure that
Oh,
out.
I also got a 38, so I know I'm gonna have to
The
reroll
unicorn
one
is
of these.
really good.
Okay. I need you to roll high or low, Joe. Which one do you want?
I'm gonna go high.
Okay.
You want me to do a D100?
Yes, if you match, roll it, and if you match it high, we'll go +1. Okay. So, you will get, basically, oddly enough, when you draw the second card, Rakshasa, you feel a strange deepening connecting with your Rakshasa ally. You feel as though, like, something spiritually has now connected with you. And you feel as though they can give you the gift of basically summon monster 8 to summon a Rakshasa to your side.
Okay.
Once per day. Or once per week. That's the one you drew. And the other one, the unicorn, you can change fate.
Yep. Hit the bottom part of the wish spell.
You can change the fabric of reality. You can use this to undo something in the past or the future. But you only get it once.
Oh.
Better save that one.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, I had an idea too. I'm like,
Yeah.
Never find the.
You gotta
no,
be careful doing this, because when you start messing with reality with the wish spell, it can get real bad.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna do something like I didn't kill my cousin or whatever it was.
No. If anything, if it was personal, I wish my brother didn't OD.
It says one past choice or regrettable action, which made me think it had to be you. Something you did.
I believe it is supposed to be something.
Okay.
It does not have to be you.
Oh, if it doesn't have to be me.
No.
Yeah, it's just like, I wish the queen never found the...
However, you shouldn't do that.
I know. I'm just...
Okay.
That would end the game and we'd all be level 1 again.
Ada, you have to roll 3 more die, and guess what? You've used up most of your goodwill, because 3 of those were bad.
I actually saw that one of them was really bad. Let's see. I'll go. Okay, so I'll roll 3 more.
3, 5, and 16. Okay, let's check these.
Oh. I got...
Okay, that's good.
Dang it. Three's bad.
What is 3?
You're always considered flanked.
That's pretty rough.
Okay, so I will tell you the empty throne will affect you, and so will Big Sky. Big Sky, once per day you can gain +10 a combat maneuver check or +10 to your combat maneuver defense for 1 round.
What are you shitting me? I hate the Empty Throne is so funny for this character.
You can sit on you have this urge to sit on the throne when no one's there, and it will just make you a member of the nobility here, as if you always was.
That's really funny.
But I'm also afraid you are always considered flanked. Now, permanently.
What about the 20? What was the last one?
The other one is the joke was the other one you got, which was the only other good one, where you draw 3 cards and give it to one of your allies, one of your choice of the 3 of them.
Oh, okay.
Do not
Well,
give me anything.
I get to draw 3 and then choose who I give it to.
Well, you choose someone and then draw 3. Actually.
Oh.
I get to also draw the cards, so I get to roll.
Will that apply the fate stuff if I choose if I choose Khandes, will his fate already be like chosen?
I can probably undo it if I need to.
You could probably. But again,
you didn't get anything bad, did you?
No, I
just
didn't.
undo those card pools.
Yeah. Basically, I roll 3, and Khandes would choose one of them to gain the effective.
If you want to choose me, that's fine.
I kind of want to choose Ivona.
Then Ada would choose one, and the last one gets discarded. So the joke is, 2 of them you automatically get.
Wait, what do you mean 2 of them I don't?
3 cards are drawn. One gets chosen by whoever you choose. Then you get one, and then one gets discarded.
Oh,
there's nothing truly like you die.
So
in
you're
this
gonna
deck.
get one more.
Got it. Okay.
There's no truly like you're dead in this deck, right? This isn't the bad deck of. I guess you could give me one.
Yeah. So
if
I'll
it's
give
a bad
you
one, I
pick
at least
first.
hope it's a funny bad one.
I lucked out.
You did.
Okay.
And I think I know when I'm summoning the Rakshasa.
Okay, so it's Marriage, Cyclone, or Brass Dwarf. Brass Dwarf, you become immune to 1 energy of your type, and vulnerable to another energy of my choice.
It's pretty bad.
Cyclone is you get drawn in and must fight some elementals for 1d6+1 rounds, or afterwards be transported to the plane of air.
That's really bad. That's
and then
inconvenient.
And then the Marriage, a comely genie of your preferred gender appears and proposes marriage to you.
That would have been hilarious for me.
So I pick it for Ivona, or Ivona picks it?
Ivona would pick what they would
first,
want.
and then you automatically get one of the last 2.
Oh, and then the GM picks one of the
Well,
other.
is there? Do I have to accept the genie's proposal?
No, but then the plane of whatever would be kind of pissed off at you a little bit.
I mean,
that so should have been me, because that would have been hilarious. Like, oh, more genie blood for my family.
I mean, Ivona is recently single.
Ivona is recently single.
Oh God.
I think the marriage one's the least the least bad.
I don't know this person. They could suck.
They could suck.
Is it any damage type in the game, or any elemental type in the game?
Another elemental, I would say.
I have to look up what the elemental types are.
Acid, cold, fire, sonic. I think that's the missing one. Electric. I think those are all of them.
Yeah,
It'd be one of those.
Cold, fire,
yeah.
sonic, electric.
Yeah.
Man, I literally rolled a 1 and then a 3, and I totally missed number 2, which would have just turned me into a lycanthrope.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been.
Okay. God,
yeah, okay. I wish I looked this up just to kind of see. There's like 50 bad.
I have to look at the elemental damage types. I'm sorry. Because
Also
you said them
fire,
and my brain
electric.
ignored them.
Acid, fire, electric, cold, and he said sonic.
Also, Tantus, you did lie. There is one that it does take you out of the game because the one I rolled, number 1, casts imprisonment on you.
Yeah, but
That was very
imprisonment
fun.
can be undone
I can
done
get
by
rid of
like
that
a
too.
17th level caster, which you're going to have in a second.
I guess because I don't really want to be married. I guess I'll just take I'll take some Sonic immunity, sure.
You can be vulnerable to fire. Congratulations.
I have fire DR, so that's probably okay.
You both have resistance and vulnerability, so
Which is
anything that overcomes your
weird.
resistance will be double damage.
I also
wanna-
don't get hit that much, so
Ada, do you want to get married or be in the plane of air?
yeah, pick one.
Well, the problem is the plane going to the plane of air is kind of inconvenient right now. So I guess I'm gonna have to get proposed to.
Do you want to get married?
I'm jealous.
Which one is this, by the way?
Marriage. I mean, unfortunately, it's a genie, which is not your species, but it would be whatever preferred gender Ada has that you're interested in.
Organize
You have to
What
get a
kind
cer-
of genie
by
kin
the
is
end
it,
of
though?
the week. And ever after be committed to this exotic outsider. If the character declines or breaks his wedding vow, the genie is heartbroken and returns to his or her home plane, provoking the ire of the associate elemental court. The genie type personality action possible retribution or by the GM.
Honestly, you could just push off an elemental court and it could be like post-game stuff.
Do I pick the element or is the element random?
Just have a loveless marriage, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
What elemental court are they from?
I would roll.
Okay, so you'd roll the element.
I would. I could choose,
you roll
but
the
I'd probably roll.
Yeah, can you roll the element now so that way I can determine, like...
Sure, I'm gonna roll a d4, and it would be... We'll say 1 is fire, 2 is air, 3 is water, 4 is earth.
Fire.
Fire.
You said 1 is fire.
It's hot.
You have a hot
just be
time.
free.
Joke.
You know what? Ivona will arrange a marriage.
I
Or
ain't doing
not
shit
Ivona.
for you.
I
I ain't that kind of
Ada.
priest.
Ada's gonna get married to a free. Well, you have a week to make
I'll
sure the
arrange your
ceremony's ready.
funeral.
So we'll worry about that.
Fine.
Do you want to join us? Do you want to join us in the meantime?
No.
They've got wedding prep to do, so
They got wedding prep to do, yeah.
And that's if
Alright.
you survive. I mean,
Okay,
if you die-
Ivona, draw your 2 cards.
are these guaranteed to be good?
Yes, if you just do 2, it's
do I
guaranteed
just
to
roll
be good.
2D hundos?
Yes, I ignored 4
Or-
bad ones otherwise,
So I
basically.
chose right by doing 2 then.
Are 1D
Yes.
Well, here's the thing.
54.
Like, you get to re-roll twice, right?
Oh, I had rerolls as long as you were down to 2. As soon as you got below 4, I basically gave 4 get out of jail free cards. So 9 and 45. 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so you can have nothing happen with this one. You get cricket. You can draw extra cards, and if you draw any extra cards, your base land speed increases by 10 for each you draw. But it's can't.
That's kind of funny.
Nah, I don't need that.
Okay, so that happens. 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45. Okay. Next time you defeat a creature, you gain a +2 bonus to your ability score of the creature's highest ability score. You steal something's soul a little bit.
Fair enough. That won't matter.
Maybe you get some intelligence. I don't know.
Which one's that one?
I don't know. I guess I could kill that wizard
theater.
and steal her int. That's all I'm pulling because I'm not a psychopath.
Sounds good. But you have learned of a tower nearby to here, which you know of a secret way to. Okay, the only way to enter it is through a where is that one? There's a specialized phase door, which is on the 4th floor, Or you can teleport in, as you know about.
I could bap us there, or we could just, like, walk.
Like, the 4th floor is being taken care of by your allies, so you don't have to worry about it.
I think save your spells in case we need them.
Mm-hmm.
And we could just walk.
Yeah. Okay. You'll be able to maneuver around. I'm not going to have you make any checks at this point in time because the 4th floor is being invaded by your allies, and everything that would be there is distracted by that.
Yeah.
So, the battles have begun in some places, yes. You'll be able to make your way through the phase door into the Domine's study. It's a room that contains bookshelves filled with dozens of books and scrolls, a desk and chair stand nearby, and sitting on the desk is a large single book with a black leather cover. The book is a study. The walls of the study have been decorated recently by the look with dozens of spiky runes. So, yup. You think the runes are green? Not really. Not at this point in time. So. You have reached the secret room. What do you wish to do while you've entered?
I look around for anything magical with my magical eyes.
Well, the runes.
So, hey.
Wait, what was my last one? After beating the big sky and the marriage. Although I got the one where I draw other ones.
That was the joke, which led to marriage. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then there was one more because I drew 4.
The beating.
I'd got the beating, the big sky,
the empty throne.
Empty throne, right? Thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, the papers here reveal a lot. It apparently reveals a lot of Eolosa's plans here, and what's been going on. It tells of her meeting with Sarah Mignata, and making deals with him and Togemur. It talks about incorporating the fangs into the crown, the fangs of Kazavon into the crown of fangs. It also mentions that she signed a contract to bind an Aranis to her soul. So she's empowered by that, so keep that in mind. It talks about her using the Red Mantises to help murder the king, use the Blood Veil to undermine that. The book on the... Basically, it talks a lot about the really horrible things that she does, and you can see that there's been, there's descent into depravity that kind of continues on as the papers go.
Mm-hmm.
The large book that's on the desk is a volume titled In Infernal, Truths of the Sahedron.
Sick.
Taking a look at it, it seems to have been penned by Sergmento himself, and chronicles the various cruelties and torments inflicted upon the people of Thassalon by the Rune Lords.
Fun.
Yeah. There's 7 chapters, each one of the Rune Lords. You will easily be able to see the chapter on Rune Lord Sorsen has been heavily noted. And it seems that Elosa's fine penmanship has been kind of put in there. Something called the Everdawn Pool, which seems to have been a source of Sorsen's immortality. And that she's, that draws the lifeblood of thousands of supplicants. There is a list of people of blood has which been gathered. And if you look down the list, it will include all 3 of your names and many of your allies' names.
Wait, so what is it? What does it do?
Basically, easy way to say it is she's found an artifact that can sacrifice a bunch of people's lives to give someone immortality, and by using the blood of people, and she's been gathering blood samples. And to the bunch of you who fought and gotten into fights and scrapes throughout areas, and, you know, have been on her radar.
Our blood fits her ritual.
No, everybody's. She just needs samples of it.
Oh, so she doesn't need to actually kill people.
No, she has to take little bits of blood, and then she does the ritual, and the artifact that she's using will basically steal everybody's souls and life force. That's what she's taking the blood for. So as soon as she activates it, you will all die instantaneously, basically.
Dude, I love having my soul stolen because plot.
Soul plot.
Actually,
whole
the
point
only
of the
person
plot
that
is
might
to
not be on the
stop her.
list is Ivona, because I think Ivona is the only one that might have bled a lot.
I don't get hit. Ever.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you haven't really been hit, so, like, I can argue the fact that, like, Ada and Khandes have been beat the shit out of throughout the city. So, like,
Yeah,
the two of you are
Especially
probably
the
on the
dragon
list.
battle that just happened for me.
Yeah. So, like, I can say Ivona's probably not on there, but yeah. But a lot of people you know is, too. There's also a bunch of, like, stuff in here that's important. Some magic item scrolls, which I will throw to you right now. There you go. There's also a copy of the Agreement of Red Mantises that can be found here. Very good evidence to use against her, certainly. Some doses of Fool's Leprosy if you want to poison yourself. The same thing that killed the king. There is a nice treasured case that's very expensive with a infernal contract in it.
Do you want to take those? Do you want to take those scrolls, or do you want me to just put them on the group loot?
I think Ivona should at least have them in case.
I mean, I'll just gather the scrolls. I do have a question.
I just like.
Okay.
I guess the question could also be: do you want me to put them on the group loot just so they're labeled, so you know you can cast them?
Sure. I have a dumb question, Tantus. There's a fiendish contract here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I read that?
Yes, you can.
So I'm gonna read
Please
that
roll me a
contract.
knowledge planes. Because it's in devil legalese. Yeah, you understand it. Okay. Effectively, you know that this contract, which is, may I note, drawn in blood and made on human skin parchment, but because of course it always is, typical devil stuff, of course, you know. Basically, it details Sergamento's deal with Elosa to support infernal aid, minions, the bound devil to her spirit, in repairments for part or all of Korvosa to the Beldevaritra, which I'm not sure what that is, and his unspecified superiors once she has finished her current goals. Basically, she's traded a bunch of Korvosa and their spirits and souls to him.
Is there a way to loophole out of this?
You would know. This is only one half of the contract. There's basically two contracts when these are created. One is usually kept with the person, the other is sent to the fallen fastness of Dis. So, unless you would break both contracts, you couldn't undo it. But the big loophole is you are going to be killing Sergamento, which will definitely hurt it, because then he can't really provide aid the same way anymore if he's dead. But yeah. So you do know there's now, like, 3 spirits in her body? Which probably also doesn't help very much, too. Because she has a dragon spirit soul influencing her, her original, and now an earness all on top of that, to basically empower her body in the first place.
That doesn't seem great.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're just gonna have to kill her.
You know, she has to die.
Roll me an Arcana check. I'm going to give you this one.
Oh,
You'll have a bonus to this, because you know a lot of stuff. And you know.
There you go.
Okay. You, reading up on this book and this information here, you think that, certainly speaking, she might be successful with this, but there could be unstable results of this combination of things. Basically, she's putting 2 artifacts together, and at the very least, she might be successful and become immortal. This kind of thing could theoretically resurrect the dragon.
Yeah,
if you're not
that's what I figured
careful.
would happen.
It's not a given, but you have to be careful with how you approach this too. Basically, you're pretty sure maybe the crown might be a better idea. Your sword can theoretically destroy the crown, and maybe rather than trying to remove Kazavon from her directly, destroying the crown first, which would break that connection, might make it easier to do anything else
I have
after.
an idea. I have an idea for when we get our... I'm gonna do something dumb when we get our level.
So, I'm going to give you the option because you went this direction. You got here first, which was a great idea. We're going to go on break, but you know the queen isn't here.
Oh.
With the information here,
Yeah.
she has a doppelganger on her throne. Currently.
Yeah.
She's at the sunken queen preparing the ritual. So, she's basically, it's also another thing that I'm going to tell you. This place, especially walking through the 4th floor, is, even with the battles going on in the city, fairly empty. I feel like there isn't even a skeleton crew of people left behind. You know. So. Anyway, we'll take our break here. You found out some stuff, you discovered some of the secrets, and you know where the final direction will be of where you must go. Well, at least you know by name where she is.
And Ada now has a hot Ifrit wife to marry after.
Congrats.
Congratulations. The wedding is a week. Well, you can sit on a throne a little while and become a noble in the city.
Yeah, you could have
Honestly,
the best life, I guess.
Ada's what is it? Like post game is going to be interesting now.
This has become a lot different than I thought it would because of the car. 16 seconds back a bit. We'll be back in a little bit. Alright.
I am upset about the flanking thing. I think that's going to be part of her backstory, is getting rid of that curse.
We'll see.
Because I forgot to do the large version of this.
Welcome back! People were figuring some stuff out. Alright, so you now know that the queen has run from the... Well, not run. She's withdrawn from the castle to do what she does best. Well, at the moment. And murder a lot of people in order to gain nigh immortality. I need a knowledge geography check to know where you're going?
Oh.
27.
I assist.
14. That's 20. That's a 29.
26.
Okay.
I guess I assist as well.
That's a 30
Even though I only
something.
got like
31.
one below.
Hey, you know.
Alright, so
I only get +1 to it.
I will say,
I'm a wizard.
like, probably Ada's the one that can find this, as
Most
much as she has
likely.
slightly low check, because Ada can use the power of flight,
Yeah.
which does grant a very big bonus to find your way through this entire thing, because you have to travel the Mushfell fens, which are kind of like horrible shifting waterways and stuff, in order to find the sinking pyramid. So yeah. It is a little bit of a travel, so I assume
Oh, that's right.
you
I gotta
are
remember that.
probably going to have a chance to rest before you go there and inform people what's going on.
It's the longest ritual ever. Jesus.
Guys, make
Probably
sure I
requires like
remember
days
this.
of ritual, you know? She's probably been working on it for a while.
When I'm raging, I have a 5-foot fire aura around me.
Don't stand near me. I'm suddenly
I'm immune.
vulnerable to that.
Suddenly-
Because
this
someone
suddenly
forced-
hurts-
someone forced that
I'm
upon me.
immune, so I don't care.
Suddenly
Yeah.
this hurts
I
a
know.
lot more.
I'm just reminding people, remember that for me, because that actually I could have been burning that dude. But
So,
Like that mattered.
yeah, I know.
We
Well, he
just
would have
died
been
faster.
charred, and
The room would have smelled
would've
really
cooked 'em.
bad.
mhm.
we would have cooked him.
So the building itself, when you discover it, is surrounded by a grove of primeval mangroves draped in sheets of moss and vines. The immense horns at the top of the sunken queen seem to claw at the sky, like talons of a gargantuan monster drowning in an abyss of mud. On the east side of the pyramid, which lies heavily into the marshy slough, one of the three horns has collapsed, leaving a jagged metallic stump. On the south side, barely dented by the elements and millennia of neglect, is a giant relief of a standing naked woman, her lean, idealized figure immersed in the murky waters up to her knees.
Fair.
But so basically the entire thing is like on its side, a little bit.
Okay, so it's 2d6 for the large.
So, how do I want to go about Sunken Queen? I haven't thought about this one, because I thought this session would take a little bit longer than we did. But we managed to get through it pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean,
We were very effective.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I
is there,
honestly didn't think about
fight
teleporting into that guy's room until we started talking about it. I'm like, yeah, you can just do that. And then you got the drop on him. Just do that.
Mhm.
The poor man just did not exist anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that was not even a fight.
Yeah, that just really sped things through. So, I'm gonna say, like, the first couple of levels won't have any encounters, and we would probably have to roll out at least one encounter before you get it. As much as I can ignore some of the other encounters, there is one guardian I really can't have you not fight.
That's
So,
fine.
Okay.
let me get a picture of this
Well,
guy.
As we're going through this, we should probably handle the crown.
Yes. Not. Spelling is bad. Mary. So what do you want to do with the crown? What's your plan?
I'm wishing the crown to me.
Okay. I now have to figure out, like, the save, do you get one, all that good stuff. I think it would have a save. So using the actual wish.
Using actual true wish.
Alright. Pop out wish.
I assume the crown is a sentient thing.
No, it's
Yeah,
just an artifact.
Oh, okay.
You're not actually duplicating a spell, though, really, technically.
No, but there's other options.
Save and throw none see text.
Yeah.
Alright, I will need you, Ivona.
Yeah.
Let's start with give me a will save.
A will save. Is this mind affecting or anything?
I will say yes. This can
Okay.
count as mind effect.
Adding a +2 to this.
You might have a bonus to this one, but I want to see what you roll. Just some of them
23, which isn't great.
23 is not terrible. Does that include the +2, or the +2 would be above that?
+2's already there.
Okay, so that's in there. with
Actually, let me make sure it shouldn't be higher because of level stuff.
that. Good question.
Check my will set to that. Okay, it is correct. I just needed to make sure that was all correct.
Yeah. Okay. So. I have to think of how I want to describe this. Okay, I got an idea. You say the wish and hold out your hand as if the crown to come into it. And with a kind of large, like a magical flash of massive amounts of energy, the crown will appear in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
But something will be odd.
Mm-hmm.
You will find yourself in complete darkness,
Sick.
alone,
Nice.
standing in nothingness with just the crown in
Dope.
your hand. Well, little one, what do you wish for?
Okay, you know, I didn't expect this outcome. I say nothing. I got time
Come
this bitch.
now. I can sense your misgivings, your regrets. Do you wish to raise the dead? Command Annie's soul. Find yourself stronger than gods themselves.
I continue to say nothing.
Fear. I can see it. Feel it in you. What will you do? You sense a presence, a massive presence that feels as though it's just like breathing down upon you. Even if you don't see anything, you feel like this almost heat of a breath down upon you. Something far larger and more powerful than you've ever sensed before.
What do you think I would do?
That's quite a question. Me. I've asked you a few questions, and yet you sit and think. I can definitely sense thoughts in your mind. Easily, you could give in. You have resisted things like this, given in to other powers in battle. What if that power was your own? You certainly are much more of a queen. Lucy ever was. All of Varisian could be united. A land made more peaceful. Of course, an iron fist would be required to keep people in line. But you are not one just to use such a thing when necessary.
I have no desire for ruling over these people.
But you could end all their suffering. Righteous death. Not ones made in a back alley. No one would have to suffer.
You know, I gotta think what I want to say to this. Hold on. Give me a second. Kind of like think for a moment. Suffering is part of being alive. Without it, people are already dead.
Maybe. But certainly you can make sure that something that's unnecessary, something that's beyond the scope of humanity doesn't occur. How many times has someone lost something in a tragic accident or a random act of violence by some miscreants? As he says that, there's this echoing noise that sounds like someone being beaten, and a voice that sounds familiar. Suffering.
Fun. Great.
That not nice.
You could stop things like this from happening. Ever again.
No.
Khandes, Ada. Ivona has just frozen up. The crown is in her hand. Her eyes have glazed over.
Not again.
I didn't tell you anything about this plan either.
No, you did not.
You have no idea.
There is very obviously in her hands now the crown of fangs. As you heard her basically probably as part of the spell, I wish to have the crown of fangs. And it has popped into her hands. You see actually, like, it's very slow movements, but you can see this almost like fight against it's sort of like it's beginning, like she's trying to almost like lift it up but also hold it back down as if it's like going towards her head.
Could I try to just grab Ivona's hands?
Okay, I thought you were gonna say grab the crown. I was gonna
Oh
say
hell yeah.
No, grab her hands and just like pull them away from the crown so it drops.
Give me a strength check.
I was
I
gonna
just would
grab
like
a
to-
stick and try and knock it out of her hands.
While this is going on, I would like to add I have learned 2
Oh
more
my
languages.
god!
Can I take a stick and knock it out of her hands?
You can try. I would also need another strength check from you.
24.
Alright, I'm gonna
pretty
roll
good.
a d20 and add something. A number that may or may not be a dragon strength.
Plus 80.
It's not that word. Not that bad. But no, the crown remains in her hands. That something is holding it in place. You almost just feel like the stick you carrying kind of like almost clangs off of it, and it's like what the hell, you know? It feels just like she's got this like grip that is beyond anything you could sense before. You feel that a lot more than Khandes was honestly.
I rolled horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he also grabbed her arms, so it's just like...
Well, but I mean, I was thinking, I don't want to touch the crown, so...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Lowry, is there something you can do? Spell?
Maybe. I can try something. It might help. All right, Lowry, I need to check your spell list here.
Do you have remove curse?
Regular Sasquatch? The fuck?
What?
It says Sasquatch is a language in Pathfinder.
I think there are Sasquatches.
Okay.
I think there's a
I'm
whole
going
thing
to
about
try
crickets.
something. I prepared this just in case, but maybe now's the time to use it. Okay. I'm going to roll something.
Wait, aren't like Sasquatches in Pathfinder like interdimensional creatures?
I don't. She rolled a 14. That's pretty good. Okay. So... Alright. That actually might be enough. 17th level caster. I do have to level her up then. So it'd be 31 would what she'd get. The DC against this would be 31. Because it's 20th level caster effect. So Larry will kind of... Basically, she's going to cast Break Enchantment
Oh,
on
hell
you.
yeah.
And so, as like, you almost feel this massive presence continue to kind of bear down you as you're kind of in this discussion with it, all of a sudden, like, the blackness will break, and the crown will drop from your hand to the ground, the kind of clinking, clink, clink, as you are, like, broken away from it. As, like, this thing was basically trying to infest your mind and take you over.
I was gonna kick the crown away from her.
Yeah. That worked! I did it!
Oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. I mean, you could have at least told us you were about to do that, so that way we maybe could have, talked
Too
and
many
prepared something.
risks in discussing such things out loud when you're dealing with mages and powerful artifacts.
Very well.
I really appreciate what you did for me, Lowry, because I don't know if I could have held on long enough to not put that crown on.
She had to roll a 14 to do it too for Break Enchantment. I had her with that just because you're going against the part.
Well, I'd suggest you destroy it now, quickly, before something carries it away.
Do we have the ability to.
Oh, the sword will destroy it, yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah, I'll take the sword and smash it. I have the sword.
So, yes, the Crown of Fangs could be destroyed if struck while unattended by a holy sword forged by once mortal god. The blade Cytherial is one such blade. Yeah, Iomade, who used to be immortal, became god, forged its blade.
Sounds
Congratulations, you have it. You can shatter it. So, smashing down the sword into it, there will be a blast of energy that comes out from it, of like, you know, and like so like dark ripples will kind of tear through this. I assume you're in like one of the lower level rooms of this place, as you kind of got through like the watery section already or something. We're just kind of ignoring that. As like the energy will kind of ripple through the building itself and kind of be absorbed into it, and the kind of entire building will kind of shake a little bit by this. You know, it's the after effects of destroying a major artifact is not the best usually. They're fine. This will work well. Don't worry about it.
It's
Anyway.
fine.
Chunks of metal and a set of teeth will be all that remains of the once crown.
Well, that's one
Yay.
problem dealt with.
When I am sorry, I did look now. It was technically intelligent. I missed that on here.
Oh, that makes
I'm
sense.
assuming it was basically a form of Kazabon's intelligence. But,
Yeah, I mean, it's souls in it, so it makes sense that it's a smart crown.
mhm. You can't wear it and get +6 to Constitution and Charisma. Have a regeneration of 20. Be able to have Foresight on you all the time and cast a bunch of really powerful spells
Damn
on
it, you know,
once
it's
per
good
day.
we got rid of this.
It did
That
just
would've
give
sucked.
regeneration of 20. So, not gonna lie. And also, Foresight while you're wearing it, which is just, yeah.
Well, we weakened her.
Now to kill a queen.
Yeah.
Do we need to do something with the pieces that are left over?
We can deal with that later.
Bag of holding?
I don't even want to do that, honestly.
Perhaps
That
just
seems...
a regular bag.
Yeah.
I'll put it in my backpack.
As you go down for it, you hear a voice in your head. Khandes.
I'm not going to touch it. I'm just trying to scoop it into the bag.
Yeah.
I used the
Oh,
stick I
stop it.
picked up earlier to like help
Can't
sweep it
start
in.
eating these teeth.
There are whispers in your ear, Khandes.
Nice.
Whispers in your ear.
Fuck off.
Please give me a will save.
Oh, God.
I'm
No!
ready to disintegrate Khandes.
It's not that bad. This is not a very high DC. 18's pretty good right now.
That's not good for will save.
I rolled a 4.
Well,
That's
it's
bad.
not so bad right now.
Mm.
Whispers haven't gotten that loud yet. But they're there
We can
Can we
fix you,
take
it's
this
fine.
somewhere?
in your mind, in the back of it. That you could free all the Shuanti. You can make sure they're never oppressed again.
They're
Have
fine.
vengeance on everyone that caused the death of your brother. Oh, sorry.
I
We got off track
see
there.
Khandes looking at these things. I'm just gonna slap Khandes.
The death of my brother's already been avenged.
Hey, you can't take away Khandes' character development. That's not cool.
They're trying to. Come on, Khandes. You know you want
That's
to.
not okay.
Death of my brother has been avenged. Fuck off. Don't talk to me about my brother.
Don't talk to me about
We
my
should just-
brother.
We'll deal with these later.
He's
Throw them in the
impressed.
bottom of the
He
ocean.
would not want that.
I mean, you have to figure out something to do with them. They are like technically the fangs are indestructible.
Put them in a lead box. How many fangs are there?
We'll say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 9 of them. We'll say.
Alright, we have
basically,
9
like that.
lead boxes, and we'll put them in various places around the world in the ocean.
Mhm.
And then some dwarf can have a quest to go find them all.
And resurrect the dragon.
Yeah, he can go do that. That's a Pathfinder 2e adventure for you. Thank you. There you go.
Excellent. It's gonna be a wonderful one. It'll be such a great
That guy comes back.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let me just get together a sheet for a nice creature that you can see. I'm just going to have to work its stats off the book.
If you do need time, to prepare, we could just call it a half an hour early.
I can just have this because this is
Okay.
This is like as you're exploring this place, and I can just roll some d20s.
Oh, that's fine. You just look at the stat block and do the math.
Yeah. So we do that.
That's what I do half
We'll
the time.
pop over here, and I'll show it to players that this thing you're going to be fighting in a
I
second.
don't like that. It's like it's a lobster squid spider.
So effectively, as you're exploring this place and dealing with, I'm not.
It's also got like a human skull. I hate this thing.
You can give me a.
Looks like an ellipid spider.
About it.
I feel like
It looks like an ellipid spider.
This is as you reach the third floor. Like this,
There
you
you
finally reach
I'll
the
try
third
to
floor.
assist.
I know all about these things apparently.
I do not assist.
Yeah.
You know, I was just handling power attack, and I just realized I've decided I'm not going to pick power attack because I have to do some crazy stuff to my macros in order to make it work. Anyway, knowledge planes.
I mean, you can have it, just
I
not
help.
use it today and do the macros for the last fight.
Yeah, because basically because for each type of attack, it would do different things.
Oh god.
Because it has different effects based on what your
So
attack
you realize this is a Scarlet Walker, a crimson horror that stands upon 6 legs, thin legs, with a face of neither a skull or a spider, but some kind of mix of them. It's an alien entity from some other dimension conjured by wizards to serve as a minion. Places like the nightmarish realm of Lang. That's where they hail from. Where they walk amid strange stony deserts and strive to the skies above.
Sick.
Their immense hives of coagulated blood and tissue in nameless mountain valleys and flavors. And the flavors of various creatures' blood is an inexhaustible topic of discussion amongst their kind.
Hate that. Yeah, he seems like a pretty chill dude, actually.
Yeah. They're great at interrogating prisoners, either by torture or via the creature's uncanny ability to mentally compel both actions and compliance. It has a blood-draining gaze, blood sense.
I'm sorry, it just looks at you and you lose your blood.
Yes.
Alright.
Apparently.
Fair enough, I guess.
It just looks at you and you lose blood.
I am glad I am immune to blood drain effects.
You are? That's great.
Nice.
How big is these squares? 10 feet? Okay. Let me make you a square on this. Just so you see.
Anyway. I'm taking the feat where I can speak in wild shape because honestly, I just don't want to have to do all of that work for what is basically one more game.
I respect that.
1, 2,
That's why I just took improved critical for the sword, because I'm just like,
that's close enough.
why not?
So, I'm gonna get rid of this guy here. No, I might have to just draw him out. I don't have a... how big is this?
You could just put a generic token.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It is huge. Hey, this guy you fought before, you're gonna fight him again, except a big version of it.
Oh.
Wasn't he already like that?
Yeah, I think that's just what he looked like normally.
So you would climb up from like up here would be where you would have.
Man,
is that
hey.
no? It's the other side. Switch. This thing is just living in this room.
Man, I hate this guy.
Yeah. So he's just here chilling. He guards this room. Yeah. The air in this large room is warm and pleasant. The floor, walls, and ceilings are tiled and polished, rose-colored marble slabs. Climbing from the floor to the ceiling above and weaving in and out of the walls are dozens of thin crystal tubes. One shaft drops away in the floor to the southwest, while a second shaft rises to the ceiling to the northeast. So basically, you kind of go up behind you. Behind it, you go up to the floor above. So yeah.
Oh yeah, you have to clear the initiative tracker.
I do have to clear the initiative tracker. We'll do this then. I'm gonna add a turn order. We'll roll a d20 for it. Let's see. Rolled a 4. That's really great for you guys. It has a lot of plus.
Well, I also rolled the 4, and I only have a +5, so.
Well, it has a +11, so it's at a 50.
I swear, initiative is literally my worst roll in this game. I think I bet if you averaged all of my initiative rolls, my average roll would probably be a 5.
What do you get plus?
I have a +5, but I'm saying my average roll would be 5.
Yeah.
Like my average roll on the die.
All right. So
I really do miss having the plus 20 I did as an Inquisitor.
I have a +7 at the moment. So.
well, you currently aren't close enough to be blood drained, so you're good on that one.
Congratulations.
I don't have to worry about that.
When you get close enough, you do. Anyway, Khandes, technically I'll say it's a 20-foot range of it. But if you're within 20 feet of it, you have to basically make a save at the beginning of your turn.
Gross.
Okay, so I'll have to start doing that because I have to get that close to
Mm-hmm.
be effective.
Godspeed, Sailor.
Because I can't get a 20-foot reach.
No.
But I am going to rage and enlarge because why wouldn't I? Oh yeah, but definitely the haste and the bless are gone. I will do that. Okay. Can you enlarge me?
No, sorry. Khandes big!
Yes. Well, the good part is I only have to take a 5-foot step.
Yeah.
And that means I get all my attacks. So, let's see what happens.
What are your attacks? Look up some stuff.
God, that was shit on it. Oh, shit. Ignore damage too, because I don't have my...
Yeah.
I don't know why that was... checked. Yeah, what? Did not mean to have that checked.
Okay. I figured out what that did. Sorry,
I'm
I had to look
guessing
up
the
something.
24 misses.
Oh, the 24 and the 25 will both miss, yes. But the 34 and 38 will hit.
Oh yeah, the
37
25
and
definitely misses. That's a...
Yeah, 37 and 37, which would be 74. I'm just seeing if it's got anything that matters for defensive abilities.
I will also do a couple things here.
Oh, I'm gonna do this. I need to do this.
Let me mark on the token how much.
Because I don't think this is going to work on the queen, so I might as well try it on this guy. I'm going to do my bone breaker gauntlet.
Okay.
If it can roll me a DC 14 will save.
Okay, will save.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled a 4. Let me see if it's plus 10. It does have at least plus 10, so it is fine.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've never got the bone breaker bracers to work.
It's pretty low DC at this point in time, but it is an extra
I
thing.
know.
And
But
certainly
I will do the come and get me, which it gets a +4 to attack me, but I get to do attacks back every. So
Okay.
I will. I can ping that if you want me to.
Sure. Okay. Ivona.
Well,
You don't have to make a save. You're not within blood draining range.
Thank God I'm not.
Oh yeah, there's a fire aura around me too. I can't help that, but it's only 5 feet, so.
I am immune to fire as well.
I'm gonna make a ranged touch attack at it.
Okay. AC.
26.
That will hit it.
Okay.
So my turn, I'm gonna go huge, by the way.
Gotcha.
I think this is set up to roll correctly.
Ooh.
And it's like, well, I think we move forward. I don't want to charge it, so I'm gonna hold off.
That is correctly rolling.
Unless,
Yeah.
Joe, you want me to be up in front
And then it.
for defense purposes.
I'm doing the come and get me, so I'm opening myself to attack so I can attack back. So
Drain.
Doesn't that also mean you want me there so you can attack if I'm hit as
So
well?
I would need a spell resistance check. It doesn't say it on there.
That's-
Polar rate does.
if it attacks me, I get an attack back. I have the
34.
34 is
one
fine.
per enemy. If it attacks you, I get
Good.
one.
And then it
attack.
loses 3 dexterity.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
Is there
you wanna
room to
move
move
up.
back? Or nah?
you basically came up a shaft.
Okay.
So you had like
Shoot.
someone flew or something. I think all of you kind of fly anyway, so you kind of
Yeah.
flew up the shaft kind of thing.
That's my turn.
I mean,
alright,
you
I have
could
to mark off the damage.
Keep it over there. Don't let it near
if
me.
you need a round to do something, you could always take a 5-foot step behind me so you can charge through me next turn.
That's a good idea. Well, it's not a full round, it's just an action.
But I'm saying, if you don't need to be up in his face right away,
It's going to
because
go.
there's the blood drain too.
So,
I'm immune to that. I'm literally
that's
immune
right.
to blood
Yeah, I
drain
forgot about
effects,
that.
so
Yeah.
I wish
I
I
do not
was.
give a
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So it's up to you, but it's its turn anyway, so.
all right.
I'm assuming it's probably going to be attacking me.
No, it's not. It's going to cast a spell.
I hate that.
'Cause it can.
Force the spellcaster.
Mm-hmm. I have to look up the spell. Here.
I did it.
Explode player.
It does have to make it on the defensive. We need to see what the DC would be. You have...
Hopefully a lot.
Oh. Ah, gotcha. I'm gonna roll a d20 and see what it is. Oh, I had
Law on what?
I'm forgetting how to price roll those. It's good. Alright. So
I
a
could hope.
thin mist kind of emanates out around in the room around all of you. I would need will saves. Ivona, you can probably tell, it's casting Mind Fog.
Oh, it's like bad.
It's trying to weaken wisdom saves. Wisdom checks and will saves.
Let me see something.
You do get a will save to ignore the effects of it. I will know. But
Yeah, it's definitely mind affecting, so +2.
it is indeed mind affecting. So Ada, you will have a minus 10
I gotta
penalty
check something.
Minus
What-
10?
to will saves from now on, yes.
This is not an
Nice.
enchantment, right?
While you're in the fog. It is indeed an enchantment.
Ooh, I get a +4 bonus to it.
Ivona, you're fine.
Thank God.
So I'm gonna roll my will, and it'll be a +4 to this.
Lowry, you finally just check the DC. Yes, it's
+4.
so +4 to that. Okay. You unfortunately will also be thin.
I literally have a +1 to my will.
I
right now.
rolled a freaking
Nice.
3.
Okay.
I rolled a 1. I automatically fail no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
It's only for when you're in the fog, right?
Okay. Let's see
What's
here.
the fog?
Let me draw it.
Like, what's the size of it?
It's a 20-foot radius.
10-foot radius. Okay.
Yeah, the spell Mind Fog.
Might be worth me dispelling it on my turn.
Yeah.
So it threw it all over top of you guys. That fog.
Makes sense.
It's not enough fog to like block really vision. It's just enough
that.
to like mess with you. Yeah.
Because
Anyway,
what does it do exactly?
Well, it's going to quicken a spell-like ability on you, Khandes. So it needs another will save from you.
Oh, this is a nasty monster. I hate this guy.
Does it have to cast defensively?
It does. This is a lesser DC than the last one, though, so I'm going to roll a d20. It's fine.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm trying.
It's not a bad choice. Now, you do have the -10, but this is a lot less of a DC.
My God. Is it an enchantment?
Checking. Yes.
Okay, so I get -6 then, because I get +4.
Mm-hmm.
I probably still fail. I rolled an 8.
You'd have, so you'd have +4 to that, which would be 26. That's not the -10.
That's no, but not with the -10 now.
So that would put you at 16. That would be a fit. So what he basically did is he cast Lesser Confusion on you. You're confused for a single round. You can quicken that. So your next round, you'll be confused. We'll find out if that means anything. Lowry is going to do something. She could just try to spell if you want her to.
She could, she's probably got to spell magic.
She does have to spell magic.
And yes.
It would be... What level spell is that?
I am confused.
Frankly, I am confused. Well, let me just roll the d20 check and see what she rolls. Roll a 9.
I thought it's a 5th level spell, I believe.
It's a 5th level spell. Is it spell level or caster level spell?
I believe it's a caster level thing. I'll ping it for you.
Yeah, I see the caster level check here for it. So, unfortunately, she does not get through it with a 9.
Big rips.
Had a pretty good chance, but 9 is a little low for me. It's a little bit less than 50% chance. So she tries to dispel the mind fog and fails. Ada, you are just out of blood range, and you are currently not confused, but your mind is kind of a little foggy.
Well, huge me.
Hey,
I said huge me.
I tried to. It didn't want it to for a second.
It's big.
My attack range.
You could you could go behind me if you want.
I can't because then I'd be trampling Lowry and.
Oh damn! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So no charging through me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's fine. Let me also do the thing that lets me another thing. There it is. Do the other thing. Anyway, that's basically... I don't know, like, I'm not gonna move. There's no reason to.
Yep.
So, that's my turn, basically.
Okay. Khandes, I will need...
Wait.
I might attack you.
I need a percentile, but before you do the percentile, I do need a check because you're within its gates. I need a fort save.
Well, fort is my best.
Pretty good save.
I think I
So,
make it.
You hold it in as you feel as though your blood is being tried to be drawn out through your eye sockets and your, like, pores and stuff like that. You can feel like it's just draining out your body. You're like, oh, this is really unpleasant to be looking at you. It really is awful. Anyway, make a percentile roll.
Can you avert your eyes or no?
Yes, and then you would have a mischance.
A -4, I think. Oh no, it's a mischance. Yeah, you're right.
It's a mischance.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you, all it does is some constitution damage if you fail.
Oh
93.
shit! I attack the nearest creature.
Yes. Well, you only get one attack on Ada, but
True.
you get an attack on Ada.
Sorry, Ada.
So 31 hit Ada.
It will not actually.
Alright, so you managed to miss Ada. Could call this turn. Anyway, so that's Khandes. You're feeling less confused all of a sudden. What are you, Ada? Are you just big? Or are you like a...
Huge.
I am huge. I'm a hippopotamus in wild shape.
All right,
Sorry,
Ivona.
a behemoth hippopotamus,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
just
yeah.
a normal hippopotamus.
Okay.
You're a big old hippo.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna risk it.
Mm-hmm.
On a biscuit?
I'll risk it because I feel like I'm not gonna use this spell on the queen.
Mm-hmm.
I demand a fortitude save from the spider.
Doesn't have to worry about spells.
Oh yes, I do have to roll that. Hold on. I think I'm good.
Wow, that's
That also has a +4 to it.
Yeah, I remember that. So you got it by a lot. All right,
Okay,
so
I need-
fort save.
Fort save.
How does overrun mix with pounce?
What
It's a
is that?
31.
31? Oh my god, hold on.
It did roll an 18.
Oh, dicks. That's unfortunate. Well, it's gonna take some damage still, I think.
Okay.
Actually, does this still do damage?
Good call. I don't know. I don't know what you guessed.
Hey, what is the fort save for on this spell? Oh, okay. I still gonna take a little more damage.
Okay.
As I blast it with this. So it's gonna take 3d6 plus something. It's
Plus
saved.
17. So, yeah.
So I'll roll that real fast.
Okay.
Hey, damage is damage.
Yep.
Or d6s. Yeah, sure. Bad roll.
Still 24 damage. That's 12. Alright, it's going to go. So, Khandes, you will still see it. I will tell you, because it's going to cast Greater Visibility itself.
Oh, I hate
And
that.
then,
Well,
Also,
I can put
Khandes-
glitter dust
Oh,
on
never
it.
mind.
give me another will save! As it's going to use Lesser Confusion on you, it's quick and spell-like ability, it's got it a couple times per day, and it's going to keep making you confused, Khandes.
Yeah, this is really going to get annoying.
Well, one of you is a hippo and the other is a
+4,
giant.
so 29.
Unfortunately, that's 19 will still fit. Confuse the number. I guess Lowry could
Damn it.
try Dispel again. I think it's her only Dispel.
Just do that. She could try Invisibility Purge.
I don't know if she has that.
It's a cleric spell.
I did. I probably should have it. I don't have her full spell list. You know what? She can probably have that Invisibility Purge this thing. She'll do that.
It is 5 feet per caster level. So
Wait, is it
he'd
invisible
definitely
now?
be in it.
Did it
It
get
was
invisibility on
invisible.
itself?
It did cast
greater
invisibility.
invisibility.
Yeah. So now it's not.
Honestly,
I
Lowry
could have
Purge.
glitter dusted it, but I'm
I'm very
confused.
confused.
I mean, because I wouldn't have been able to do shit.
Alright, Hippo, make a fort save. The hippo feels as though its blood's being drained from its body. You're within
Oh,
20
yeah.
feet of it.
Did it make
I
its
mean,
check?
34.
Its defensively check?
Okay, look, I'm not gonna lie.
What's its bonus to cast?
It could roll a
defensively?
1.
It's 28. It's got plus 28 to
Damn.
concentration checks. Anyway,
It could roll a 1.
okay,
that's why
Ada,
I'm
you don't
asking.
lose any blood this turn.
I mean, I wouldn't
pretty
anyway.
close
I don't
to
know
that.
why I had to roll.
Ada's immune.
I literally
But is a
have
hippo
blood
immune?
Yes, it's a class feature.
Oh.
I got
You
it
probably
at
would be
level
immune to it. Oh.
16.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's part of my. Technically, it's because I have the.
It is a
like,
bleed
thing-
effect, and if you're immune to bleed effects, you are immune to that.
I'm immune to bleed. I have bleed immunity and specifically blood drain immunity.
Mhm.
Anyway, charging. I think I can only like move 10 feet up, and then. Let's do. This.
Mhm. Let's reach. Let me just check.
I'll keep forgetting to add that back in. Round all those down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So 2 of those would hit. But you moved. Let me see its reach. 'Cause
I moved?
You moved.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I moved
yeah.
from
you,
here
Yeah, you moved 10
to
feet.
here. To here, yeah.
Yep. So you would incur
Like,
attack
move at least-
opportunity from that. I will tell you.
Which he'll incur
oh,
an attack from me if he hits Ada.
Yeah. Its reach is apparently
Oh,
30 feet,
sorry,
which I didn't even know. So it's
I
got a
should have
lot
had.
of crab.
I
reach.
forgot to click the charge button, so I should have had +2. I don't know if that would make the 31 hit.
It might.
Well, you said the 33 hit.
Yeah.
Yes, it would. Oh, I was wondering why the math is so weird on this roll you had.
Because when I do a form that does 1.5 times damage because of the single attack, it makes it so.
Okay, plus 13 damage from being hippos, pretty great. So I'm not gonna lie, hippos have a lot of strength. Anyway,
yes,
okay.
they do.
I have to do some math now, but also it will strike you, which will make a difference. Maybe, probably. Actually, it'll probably do that one there. So I'll roll a d20. Wow, that's a pretty low roll. What's your AC as a hippo?
My AC as a hippo is 31.
31. Then that would be enough to hit you. Which
technically that's only from the charge. Otherwise, it would have been 33.
Yeah,
Which then I get an attack on him.
I will need a fort save, but you don't have to worry about the bleed damage it deals. You're immune to bleed. I do need a fort save from you.
24.
Okay, so that matters because you're paralyzed for 4 rounds, 1d4 rounds.
I had paralysis immunity.
Okay, then you're okay. Man.
And I think I hit him.
Half dragon's like pretty strong.
Yeah, I forgot about the paralysis immunity. So yes, roll your damage. So 41 plus all that damage. So the fact is now it's dead. Hippo damage was a lot, and Joe's extra attack did matter. And the fact that you were paralysis immune made the difference because it definitely was doing that. And it was going to totally cast Insanity or Feeble Mind or Dominate Person the next round. Because it
honestly,
had you
dominating me would have been very deadly.
That's its 3rd round, is probably dominating one of you in the Mind Fog. So it was good you killed it there. Because
I had a +1 to will right there.
Nice.
So it could have dominated me, and then you guys would have had to deal with a +13 to attack hippo.
I would have just dispelled you. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or +13 to damage.
Ether, the advanced sorcerer Scarlet Walker, has been murdered. With powerful sorcery abilities. The guardian of this place. So we will leave it there because we'll probably have I don't know if we'll have the full finale because we might have some stuff afterwards, but we'll at least have the main finale next time, I think, or battle. Because you only have to go upstairs and fight some people at this point in time. Unless you want to hang around on this floor and get in some other fights,
Nah. We're on a time limit, theoretically.
Yeah. I mean, there's some Earnest is around here and some kind of horrible blood ooze monster that you could fight, because blood's a big thing here. Feel if you want to.
No.
Anyway, we have this nice lady
our resources.
who's less deadly than she was a minute ago because you took a crown from her.
Welcome.
But there's some whispers in a thing. Joe, can you give me a will save?
I should just throw that in a bag of holding.
Before we leave.
I'm dropping it. I'm not.
Probably should just throw the bag in a corner and we can deal with it on our way out.
Yeah, I'm dropping it.
Don't you enjoy some whispers while in the mind
I'm
fog?
dropping it. Screw this.
Whispers of control. You know you want to use these, Joe. Use them.
I'm dropping it.
I mean, Khandes is probably the least threatening person to use it.
I mean, he does a lot of damage, but I guess he's very individually kill people.
Yeah. It'd be a lot worse if I had it.
Yeah. I'll probably set up the actual map, even though it's... I might not do it, because it's like a square. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh, inventive.
I know. The top floor is a square with a big old, blood pit in it. I don't know. I might set it up. We'll find out. I'll see what I feel like doing. I might at least cut that part out. So, anybody... Joe, do you have anything to shout out at the end of the day? Momo, anything to shout out?
Shout out to River, as it is River's birthday.
Happy birthday, River!
Happy birthday, River! I didn't roll the circle, so I can't do it. Worm, do you have anything to shout out?
I'm Diamond Worm. You can find me on twitch.tv/DiamondWorm or at DiamondWorm on Twitter. And Blue Sky and YouTube.
Yep.
I could plug my Blue Sky, but I don't remember what it is right now.
Sounds good. Myself, Tense Average, I'll be back tomorrow for talking about some Pathfinder topics. We'll learn about some tabletop Pathfinder topics. We'll be talking about them. It'll be fun. And then on Friday, I'm going to be playing some more Elden Ring. I've been playing through the DLC. Mainly because I'm at this weird point in time where I want to get back to the main game, but I want to defeat Melania before there, but also, I feel like it's just a matter of physical stats to do that, like stamina, health, and magic is enough, and I'm just trying to gain some of those things.
Yeah, that works now. I will no longer show 1.5. Or 0.5.
Yay!
Hurrah! Still,
also, that would have been nasty. That roll.
That's yeah. Yep. Apparently, if you have huge space, you can do Joe damage. We'll call it.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you have anything else to shout out? I don't know. We'll be back next week where we should at least have the conclusion battle against the Queen. It felt like we sped through this a little bit, but again, we sped through it a little bit.
We as players did.
It's really not your fault.
We just teleported around
to the guy.
I mean, it's like the information you had, and it's where you wanted to go. So, it made it very easy to do that. If you were planning some other kind of infiltration, I was actually going to have you try to deal with certain things, unless you wanted to get in some extra fights and raise the alarm and stuff like that. There was the possibilities of that, and I would have had a little bit more elaborate. It would have still been relatively simple, but it would have been maybe you have to make some stealth checks or come up with a plan to avoid some guards or something to get where you need to go, and you just teleport to places and do things. Honestly, it was fine. It was fun. And problems have been solved. And Korvosa is probably being liberated mostly as it is. You just have to make sure to take care of what's left of the Queen, who doesn't have a crown anymore, or some nice fangs, which she really, really wants back from you guys.
Curious how much that lowered her CR by.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2.
That's huge if it was 2.
I'm not going to lie, she's incredibly high. She's higher level than you.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's a bard, she has to be.
Yeah. So, even without that, she's still pretty nasty.
Hey, you know what she's still not immune to? Having her heart ripped out.
She might have enough saves. Well, 4 days less now. By 3. Might be able to do that now. Anyway, yeah. I have social medias linked in the various places. You can check this out and all that stuff. Remember the over there, etc., etc. Anyway, everybody, bye! Farewell! I can't remember anything else to say.